Ken, thank you so much for taking some time out today to speak to the team from Colour and Paint. We're going to speak to you about the collection of colours that you've created for the Royal Academy paint collection. I love the fact that you've based this on one of your favourite cities. You've travelled around the world, but you love Venice.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you love Venice so much, you've now had a studio there for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you about a few of these colours. It would be lovely to understand more about why you like the places, why you like the people, and how you might use the colours in your work. And also, another thing that would be very helpful is to understand how people could use these colours in their home. So first off, you've got a very interesting bluish green in
This
front
one,
of you. What's that called?
It's actually called Bertolucci, which is the name of my lovely wife. And I actually met her in Venice painting. And I was painting a square, and she came in to eat a sandwich, and I thought, oh, I need somebody there. So I painted her in the picture. And 4 years later, she came to London, went to the Academy summer exhibition, saw a painting she liked, looked it up in the catalogue and thought, oh, that's that old fella that painted me in Venice. And she rang me up and came to the studio, and the rest is history.
Fantastic.
We've been married now since 2000.
And is that a colour that she particularly looks good in?
Yeah, she looks particularly good in this greeny blue. It really is whenever I see that colour, I think of Dora, because it is something she wears a lot, and I'm sure she would use it for decorating as well. It's just one of her favourite colours.
Beautiful. Now, what I love particularly about your collection is I'm a big fan of your work, and I love the way you describe yourself as the last impressionist, and we've obviously seen film of you painting in Venice. There's a really nice collection of kind of soft greys and also terracottas and reds. Can you tell me a little bit more about this soft mustard yellow?
Yeah, this one, I mean, this is called Colleoni because my studio, in fact, the nearest square to my studio is the square of San Giovanni e Paolo. And in San Giovanni e Paolo, there's a famous horse statue, Colleoni, who was a mercenary who fought for Venice. And one of the things in his contract was that when he died, they'd put up a statue of him opposite San Marco.
Oh, wonderful. And is that the colour of the plinth, or is that the colour?
This is one of the colours you find a lot in San Giovanni e Paolo and round the Colleoni statue. I mean, when I bought the studio, first of all the Ospedale, which is the main building in the square, which was the Scuola San Marco. It was where they trained the priests. Yeah. And the second most important thing in the square is the Colleoni statue, which again they boxed up soon after I'd been there to restore it. But it's now restored to...
That's the knight on horseback, isn't it?
Sorry?
He's the knight on horseback.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful statue. I love that colour in particular. And
I like that.
I see that colour a lot in your work, actually.
Yeah,
whenever
it's warm, and I'm basically about light. I mean, that's why I'm in love with Venice, because Venice is about light. And these colours, I hope, are about light, and particularly that one, because I suppose one thinks of light in terms of warmth.
Yeah. Because you've got a number of warm terracottas and yellows, which are very popular, and I think it's lovely that we see these in your work, and I'm intrigued to know about why you've chosen different tones. This is a lighter.
Yeah, this is a lighter version. This is called Zattere. And before I had my studio, I used to stay with a painter in Venice called Geoffrey, who lived opposite the Zattere. And I painted several paintings from the room I used to rent, looking straight over onto the Zattere. And an American rang me up one day. He wanted to give his son a special present. And he said, can we come to the studio? So I said yes. And they walked in, and I had a 6-footer on the easel of the Zattere.
Wow. Excuse my ignorance, what is the Zattere?
It's a church.
Oh.
And the actual Zattere refers to the walk by the Giudecca Canal, not the Grand Canal, the Giudecca Canal.
Beautiful.
Which is the second major canal in Venice. But because there's so much water, you get all this incredible light.
Lovely, and that reflects into the stonework.
Those two colours really I mean, if I was decorating a room, I would sort of probably, although I love cool greys as well, I would probably move towards the warmer colours. Probably.
Yeah, that's really nice the way it kind of ranges.